The break of dawn, and you may be wondering, why is Dawn in her robe? Why is she, you know, in her robe? But I am here about to get my V-Steam treatment with the queen of steam, Jaimie Allums. How are you?
I'm doing so great.
Good.
I'm excited to be here.
Well, look, you are from Louisiana,
Yes.
but Gwyneth Paltrow has been talking about it. Y'all may have seen, you know, Gwyneth on her blog talk about it, but I am about to get my V-Steam treatment. What is the V-Steam treatment, first of all?
Definitely. It is a detoxification steaming treatment. It helps with balancing hormones, ladies that may have like irregular periods, it helps with that. A lot of uterine discomforts are due to coldness and stagnation.
But hold on, guys. We are talking about below the belly button.
Definitely.
Right?
It's introducing luxury to your lady parts.
To the lady parts. Or as Oprah says, the vajayjay.
Exactly.
Okay, but that is what it does because it's so many benefits to it.
Definitely.
So talk about some of the benefits.
Definitely. So the benefits are, like I said before, it helps to balance those hormones. Just throughout our ages, as we start aging, the hormones can get off of whack. And so this helps to, like I said, through steam and herbs that have medicinal benefits.
Okay.
It helps to kind of balance those things out, which helps with uterine health, all over.
Okay. Okay. Now, I have been doing some research.
Okay.
Okay. And some doctors have said, well, it might not be a good idea. So some people, because this is my first.
Definitely.
My first, okay, so I heard about it and I never got it. But I was so glad that you were here in Houston so I could kind of experience it. Okay. But some people, women who are hesitant, may say, well, the doctor says it could burn my vagina. Or the doctor says it might not be good for me. So talk about those things, you know, because I know you've heard that too.
Oh yeah, of course.
So talk about people that may have, talk to the people that may have, women who may have a little hesitation.
Exactly. I mean, and number one, you should have hesitation or a couple of reserves because that's a very sensitive area. So the number one thing that I hear is, oh my gosh, is it going to burn me? I've heard of people that make their own chairs and they're using like homemade burners and lights and things like that. Those things cannot be controlled. If you put a 60-watt bulb in, it's going to get hot. And there's no way for you to take it up or down.
Right.
So the good thing about our chairs are we actually get them manufactured from Korea. We import all of our equipment over from Korea, and it's digitally controlled. So you know we go from either 1 to 10. Some ladies are along the low
what's
numbers.
10? So one is warm. Hold on, because I'm about to get. 10 is what?
10
barbecue.
Yes.
What?
Well done.
I don't want brisket. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I don't want a little medium well there.
Okay. I might go a 3 or right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, I do start all of my ladies off at a 2 or 3.
Okay.
Just so they can kind of get used to the steam. They can, feel the pressure of the steam, and then they can say, okay, maybe I can go up a little. I have some ladies that say, you know what, hey, that's enough for me. But we do start at low numbers.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that you always, if you're going to get the treatment done, to make sure that these are not homemade chairs. You're not wanting something that can put you in risk of that. You want to make sure that it has a separate receptacle for the water because it is steaming. And in no way do you want to move in the water waste or anything because that again can put you at risk for burning. A lot of doctors, I don't want to say a lot, but most doctors, when it comes to holistic health, period, whether it be acupuncture or cupping, they say that the conditions are not controlled enough for them to have just a good reading of, yeah, this works or this doesn't work. Right. So that's with any type of holistic health. I want you to understand that we're not trying to say that this is going to cure you from whatever you have. So that's a little disclaimer there.
Right.
Okay. But
because you do, but that's the thing. Let's go back to that. So before you give the treatment,
definitely,
women do have to sign the disclaimer.
Yes, and we do a full consultation.
Okay.
Ladies that may have an active yeast infection or any type of infection, this is not going to be the best thing for you at that time because if you know anything about yeast, it grows in warm and hot, places and wet places. So we're doing all of that with this treatment, and we don't want it to flare up. So uncontrollable high blood pressure is not good because we're increasing blood circulation. So if you're, normally we have ladies that say, well, I do have an issue with it, however, I am on medication, and you know, that's completely fine. We may just watch them a little bit closer. Pregnancy, we don't allow you to do it if you're pregnant because of the fact that this traditionally was actually used for ladies that were getting ready to go into labor. So it can kind of push you over there, and we definitely don't want to risk the chance of any miscarriage or anything like that. Like I said, so bacterial infections, yeast infections, high blood pressure, pregnancy, those are some of the things that with the red lights that we look for that may not be a good indicator for you to do this.
Now, what, and this is, okay, I'm just gonna, what, there are also other benefits, right? And that, so talk about that, because they say that there is sexual, you know.
So there are multiple sexual benefits to this. One thing, in addition to the herbs and the water, we also have an infrared light that beams onto the vagina. What that does, infrared light or photo rejuvenation has been used for years for skin health. And what it does is it helps to produce collagen, elasticity, and so we're kind of getting those ligaments back controlled. So, you know, this does help with rejuvenation of that area, the skin around. It is amazing for women that have had like episiotomies or just had babies, not only for the hormonal balance, but to kind of get those things back together because it's just been stretched, you know? So you do have to, you know, look at those things. Also, I've had some women, and we're talking, I've had some women that have said that it made them aroused.
Really?
I've personally have not been excited in that way or stimulated in that way when I steam. But when you're increasing blood circulation, you never know, you know, what the body's going to do. So, you know, I've had, and to be honest, my husband can tell a difference when I've steamed and when I haven't. I promise, even since being in Houston, I just had a man that called, and he's like, for Valentine's Day, I really need my wife to get over there because she went before, and he's like, so. So let's get that condition, ladies.
Oh, wow. So you're doing so much more. You're bringing couples together, husbands and wives together.
As a matter of fact, we actually have a couples room in our spa in Louisiana. Yes, and so the husbands, because we do have a formula for men, it's called the A-Steam, so men can steam as well. Yes. So it helps with prostrate health. It has hydrangeas in it, which is really, it's been proven really good for prostrate health. Some men have hemorrhoids. It helps to soothe those. And I actually have a bodybuilder that comes, and he uses it for the detoxification properties. It helps to expel lactic acid, which is what makes our muscles tired when we work out. So.
But see, you're very knowledgeable about this. Is not something you're doing. You read on the internet. You are a licensed esthetician.
I am.
How long?
I've been a licensed esthetician for 5 years now.
Now you started the first V-steam treatment in Louisiana.
Yes, ma'am.
And did they think you were crazy?
Oh,
when you told
the
good Southern ladies.
Yeah, my little Southern belles, honey. They were, like I tell people, they were clutching their pearls. You want to steam what? Excuse me? We just don't talk about that kind of stuff. And I mean, and especially in the black community, really. You know, my JJ is fine. Don't worry about it. I'm taking care of my business.
Anything new, we are, you know, but of course, you know, before you do anything holistic, whatever, consult your doctor.
Definitely.
Of course, before you do anything. But it is new. So, you know.
Yeah, definitely. They were wondering, you know, I've never heard of this, and this is crazy, you know, because you hear things from California all the time. You know, they had the pigeon poop facial and things like that.
And the cream from the feces of whatever that was. So, Exactly. So, you know, they thought it was just kind of a fly-by-night thing. But like I said, this is not new. The Koreans did this. It was a royal treatment. I mean, thousands of years ago. They've always done that. And as I was doing my research, it was just so crazy. God, you know, really blessed me because I was able to meet a lady that was Korean, and she just kind of laid it all out for me. And she told me, she said, in Korea,
everybody has some type of steam room, whether it be a sauna or they have what they call, it's called chayuk in Korean. And she said that's just a part of our lifestyle. So, you know, and you look at those people and really, I mean, in comparison to Americans, I hate to say it, they're so much healthier. You know, of course, you probably have those exceptions to the rule and whatever, but they are so much healthier in you know, the way they eat and just some of their practices that they do. And so, you know, as I started doing research, I'm like, okay, what is it that these people are doing? Why are they doing this? And I mean, we've just had great results with it. We've had babies being born. We have a fertility formula. And we've had a lady that the doctor said there was no way at all that she could ever get pregnant again. She came and steamed. On her 4th steam, she came to me, she goes, you know, I'm just not feeling good. She said, I think I'm going to just go directly to the hospital because she had histories of ectopic pregnancies. She called me the next morning, like 6 o'clock. She's like, you are not going to believe this. And I said, what? She said, they could not understand how my tubes healed themselves together and the baby is where it's supposed to be. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, you know, and she's like, and I know that it's nothing. It had to have been a chair because they had tried for years. So, definitely.
Okay, bringing babies into
the world.
You do so much. Well, look, that ain't gonna happen to me.
I know, right? She's like, stay away from the fertility.
Yeah, I don't need no fertility treatment. We just gonna clean the. I'm gonna get my steam. I don't need no.
That's
baby.
it. I got you.
Yes. Now, give us any last words about the V-steam.
Well, you know,
what you want people to know.
I want you to know that even though it is a little what we would call unconventional, do your research. You know, look it up, see exactly what's going on, and just give it a try. If for nothing else, just for the experience. And that's one thing with the V-Spot is what we say. It's more than a service. Experience the brand. From the moment you walk into our spa to the moment you walk out, you are experiencing something that you may have never experienced before.
All right, and Jaimie is, before I go in, okay, Jaimie is going to explain to us how this works. Now,
definitely.
I feel the steam.
So you see, we're steaming
because
right now.
I look at this and I call it a toilet commode, right? But what do you want? Because that's what I mean.
It looks like it, exactly,
like in the airplane.
Yeah, exactly.
But what do we call this?
Well, I like to call it the throne. Okay, I love it. I just want to call it the throne because it looks so royal and you should feel like a queen sitting in this. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up just so you can kind of see. Okay, this is completely, and this is just obviously it's already steaming.
Yeah, I can smell it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So this is completely hollowed out. This is the infrared light that I was telling you about. Okay. We do have a pan there because you are going to sweat. Things may drip. And that's just, it is what it is. She's like, ew. No, but it is what it is, you know. So this is the only place that anything from secretions from the body could get into. Okay? So that goes there. Now, down here.
Now, hold on. Who cleans that out?
I clean it out.
We don't have to clean it out. I don't want to see. Oh, okay.
No, and I'm going to tell you this. I've never just had anybody just puddled in. It's just little. And it's just, I mean, because like I said, for the most part, it's more sweat than anything.
But if a woman is on her cycle, should she do this?
She cannot do this. Yeah. No, that wouldn't be. Number one, it's not sanitary. Yeah. Number two, it just would be uncomfortable for her because it's you know, straight flow. Sure. Exactly, definitely. So that's why we do our full consultation before. Okay.
Now, how long is the consultation?
The consultation, they fill out maybe for about 5 minutes. It's maybe a series of about 10 questions. It talks about, you know, if you have any of the following conditions. Ask, you know, maybe what you expect from this treatment. Just some contact information, and then it, of course, has a disclaimer at the end.
It kind of smells like tea.
Exactly.
Steaming.
That is exactly.
Chloe, you get me smelling it? It does. It smells like tea.
Exactly. That's when, because it's herbs. It's herbs. It's a mixture of that. Now, in here is where we actually put the water and the herbs. Underneath there is a burner, which is what's heating it up. Okay? And in talking about the burner, and also I want to say this, nothing from the body ever goes into this. Okay? So, and I like to say that because I've had a lot of people asking, so is it just water? I mean, is it just pouring in the pool? And am I going to contract something when I'm in here? But the way that it is designed, there's no way really for cross-contamination.
Now, where do you get the herbs from?
I actually import them over from Korea. We have a manufacturer there, a grower that he manufactures all our herbs. They're actually able to regulate their herbs through their FDA. So it's a stricter standard. I would rather, you know, have something that I know is being regulated than to kind of go to my local grocery grocery store and just steam some stuff
So this
up.
is stricter than...
It is.
Okay.
This is where we digitally control the steam. And also the infrared light. So, you know.
Now, the higher the light, how does that?
The higher the light, it's more concentrated.
Okay.
Infrared light does not get as warm as a regular light bulb would get. Okay. So really, you're just getting the benefits of the color of the light.
Okay.
Okay. And this is where we go. I normally keep my clients or start them off at a 2 or a 3.
Okay.
Throughout
that's the heat.
This is the heat, exactly. And then this is of course your time.
Now, what is the longest a woman should be, or a man? Now
we only do 30 minutes. And that's about as much as you can really take. I mean, really,
but if let's say a woman says, I only want 10 minutes, is that fine?
Well, you're not really getting the benefits of it.
Yeah.
You're not going to sweat that much in 10 minutes, and that's where the detoxification comes from. So 30 minutes is good for the all-over experience.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is, okay. All right. All right. Now, what is placed on here?
Definitely.
How do we keep this sanitary clean? What do you all do?
We actually have these little handy things here that go completely over the chair. I'm going to place that right there. So at no point are you actually sitting on the throne. Okay. Your body is not, but we still, even after, we still sanitize this, you know, with our EPA disinfectant, so you know it's still completely sanitary, but we just like to keep this as clean as possible.
Now, this is here, so I'm back here. In a minute, I will be putting on my what am I putting on?
You're going to put on your traditional Korean steam gown.
And I control this, kind of like at a nail salon.
Definitely.
The chair, so I control.
Exactly. Well, no, this is what I normally, when they first come in or when you come in, we're going to talk about how you need to make sure you keep your feet onto the towels because there's steam coming up from there. We don't want the bottoms of your feet.
Can I wear my shoes? House shoes?
You're actually going to put that down because we still want some of that, the junk that gets in our lymph system, some of that's going to come out through the feet as well. So we want you to make sure that you that the bottoms of your feet don't get too warm, but we can't cover up the bottom of that. Okay. And so you'll sit down, and I will start off by talking to you about what level we're going to start you on. If at any point that level gets too warm before I come back in to check on you, just kind of fan your dress, let some of that steam escape. If it's still too warm, then we're going to go ahead and turn it down. But I don't recommend for my clients to turn it up before I come back and check on them. And I just say that because I have some people, I walk out of the room, they're like, turn it up to 10. And I come back and they're like, oh my God, it's hot.
Yeah.
Like, yes, exactly. And then that's where we get into that burn wrist. Yeah. So we definitely try to make sure that we don't want to get into that area.
Hold on. What is this?
Well, it's actually a treated, just a treated fabric that we actually don't have over here. I will tell you because the cost of them, my mom's a seamstress, and I was like, can we just make this? I went to so many different fabric stores, and that's where I met the lady that was Korean, and she said, this is a treated fabric. You can't get this over here. So it is just a treated fabric. It does feel kind of like like a nylon maybe, but it does have the Velcro in the back. This is going to go to the back of you. So it's going to go around the body, kind of like a bandeau. Exactly.
Now, but how do we keep these clean? Do you do?
Yes, we steam these, and we also wipe them down with our disinfectant.
Now, EPA. You mentioned EPA before.
Yes.
Is that what is required?
That is what under a static license. Yes. So for disinfecting, yeah, definitely.
Now, while we're talking about this, if someone is not a licensed esthetician doing this procedure for you, would you recommend they do it or not?
I would not recommend that they do it. Anybody, like I said, this is really something that people can make their own chairs and go home and do it if they like. I don't recommend it. It's just like I wouldn't recommend you doing chemical peels at home. I wouldn't recommend you, doing.
So make sure, but if you do go to someone, you should ask them, are you licensed? Are you a licensed esthetician? That way you know everything is being cleaned by EPA standards and everything. Just to keep yourself, Yeah,
definitely. All right, so you go ahead, put that on. If you need any help with us to get it fastened in the back, let us know, and we'll get you taken care of. There's some flip-flops in here, and we'll see you in a second. What you're going to do is you want to make sure that you keep your feet onto the towels. So you can go ahead and step up.
Like a queen on my throne.
That's right. You are on your throne. All right, and you can go ahead and sit down. And this is when that split kind of comes in handy.
All right. Y'all don't need to see that. Okay.
Oh, Lord, I haven't never done this, you guys. Okay. Now you're gonna scoot back, and you should start feeling the sting.
Oh yes.
All right. Okay. If at any point that you feel it more on your bum than you do on your vajayjay, lift yourself back, scoot back. Okay. You know, just kind of get comfortable. Okay. Some women have to kind of open up. You look too tight. Relax. Okay. I'm okay. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Now scoot back a little bit. Okay. All right. Now I'm just gonna pull this around.
It feels very comfortable.
Good. Yes. Good. I'm going to pull this on around, and we want to make sure that we keep your feet in, because like I said, that again is
and actually, guys, this is kind of like when you are in one of those spa rooms, so I see why this material is the way it is, because it keeps all the steam
inside. Okay. Exactly. And even on that other side, when you talk about how we clean it, it does not seep through. Nothing can come in, nothing can come out. So that's why we're able to wipe it down the way that we are, because it does not seep in or out. Okay. So nothing's harboring in the actual gown. Okay. So you're going to sit here for 30 minutes. I'm going to restart your little timer here. Okay. And again, I'm going to start you at the low number. I'm going to start you at 3. Okay. And if at any point it gets too warm, just flap that dress. Let some of that steam escape. If it's still too warm, then you're fine. I'm going to just come on this side, and we just want to make sure that you can turn it down right here. Okay. But again,
so we can control. No, I am not going up. I'm not ready for a 10.
Exactly. Not yet. Not yet. But yes, you are able to control it.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right, guys. See you in a little bit.
30 minutes.
Treatment. You would not believe I'm just sitting here holding a cup, but it's pretty comfortable.
It's relaxing, isn't it? It is.
Let's talk about the other things that you do.
Yes.
Because you don't have to come in alone.
Right,
People have parties.
We do parties all the time. Bachelorette parties. We have bridal parties that come in. Some ladies who just want a girls' night out. It's really exciting. In our spa back in Shreveport, we actually have like our lounge in the back, so they're able to, normally when we do our parties, we have heavy hors d'oeuvres, we do beverage service, you know, they get their own V-spot attendant, and then we have our party room where they're able to go in there. 6 people can steam at a time. They come on in and everybody's laughing, having fun, getting a little bit of red wine, which is good for the blood. So, excuse me.
But would you recommend? Okay, let's say I want to have a bachelorette party. Okay. You should not be turned up though, getting the bee steam. I'm just saying,
you
right?
Can turn up because, like,
I mean, not too turned up.
Not too turned up. Because we don't allow any. No.
And I'm feeling the steam. No. I mean, too much liquor, too much. You don't need to be
definitely, exactly. No, what we do, as a matter of fact, when we do our wine, they're allowed 1 glass before they sit down. Just simply because when you're increasing that blood circulation, you can get a little bit more tipsy than what you believe. So, you know, people will stand up and they're like, whoa, I just had a couple. And so, you have to be careful with that.
Okay. Now, what does this treatment run?
It runs anywhere. Like I said, we have different formulas. So in
what formula am I on?
You're just having the traditional today. Okay. We have our fertility formula. We have a fertility for men, or not fertility. I'm sorry. We have our formula for men. We also have a fibroid formula, which helps to naturally shrink cysts and fibroids and things of that nature. Let's see. We have a moisturize for women that are needing to balance their moisture, balance down there. And we also have a menopausal symptom.
Wow, really?
Menopausal formula for symptoms of menopause. Yes, so it helps with night flashes.
The traditional treatment, how much is that going to cost?
That's going to be between $45 and $50.
And what do we get? Because I did get flip-flops,
you did? You get flip-flops. Yeah. We also do our little party favorites, which you're going to get at the end. A lot of times we do, especially with the parties, after they steam, we'll have like a little session where we'll make our own body scrubs that they can take home.
Cool.
So yeah, that's always really fun. Either we'll do that, or we have nice little bags that we give out. And so it's always a good time. It's fun.
Okay. Very cool. All right.
So it's not just the service. You're not just getting the service. It's a whole experience.
And y'all would not believe I'm sitting here getting my V-steam treatment while I'm talking to her. Exactly. Y'all would think I'm just sitting down in a chair.
Exactly.
But no.
In your throne.
Yes, I'm on my throne.
Exactly.
Okay. I feel like I need a crown.
I love it. We need to get one. I promise. We're going to invest in crowns for all of it. I think it would be a great experience.
I think it would be. They'd love it. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll be back. All right, guys, I'm having my detox water while I'm being detoxed, and Time's going by fast.
It
doesn't. It's so.
You're
it's
at
relaxing.
18 minutes. You are at 18 minutes. 18 more minutes. We've brought you down to 2. So you're doing good.
Okay.
You're doing good. All right. You just relax.
All right, guys. And I just finished my V-steam.
How do you
I
feel?
refreshed.
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 Love it.
It smelled like tea, and now I feel refreshed. And I can go out into the world.
She's ready for a successful life. But yeah, well, we just wanted to kind of present some things to you. This is a homemade bath bomb. So you put it in your bath. Yes, it's going to fix up, but it is full of essential oils and great things for your skin. It also is going to help to exfoliate the skin, which is what you need because we just expelled all of that stuff from your lymph system, and so it's probably on the surface of the skin, but this is going to help get that off.
Okay, thank you.
We also have our little magnet, so you can put that on your refrigerator. And you always want to make sure you stay hydrated. So we have you some water. See, look at this.
I like this. Now, again, give us the website.
Yes.
If people want to book an appointment.
So give us a call, 318-564-3467. You can go on our website. We also have our Contact Us on there. It goes directly to our business website where we have people monitoring it 24 hours a day, believe it or not. It's lavspot.com, and that's V as in Victor. And we'll just get it on. We'll get it on.
All right. And I look, I sat on my throne. Now, I hope I'm not cleaning that up.
No.
I don't even want to look.
She's like, I don't even want to look.
And I know I'm clean, but I don't. Who cleans that? I'm not cleaning that.
No, that is take care of that. That's
a licensed esthetician. Right.
That's right. It's a part of the experience. You should not have to work at all. Yes.
Thank you so much.